Oscillator One.
All right. What's up, man? How you doing?
I am doing very fine.
Very good. What have you been up to?
I mean, I've been mostly like doing some personal things, like
Hmm.
life things, and trying to like make more music like every other artist.
Hmm.
And I think that's pretty much it. Just like figuring life out and making music.
Yeah, that's the grind. As far as I know, when this releases, maybe in a couple months, we're recording in December, so I'm hoping January or February. Is this the first time that you've shown your face to the public?
On the day of the recording, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Exclusive content. Limbo
Yeah.
Slice face reveal for 1,000 subs on SoundCloud. So, for anybody who might not know you, how would you describe Limbo Slice, the project, to somebody?
Yeah, I usually describe my project as a mixture of cyberpunk, techno, electro based music
Okay.
and cinema. Yes.
All right. And from like when you started the project to now, do you think that there's been a big shift in what you're excited to do with it? Or have you stayed pretty consistent with your vision, do you think?
Oh yeah, it has definitely been changing by a lot because like when I first started out, I didn't like choose a specific genre or style to make. I just wanted my music to be out. So like I just kind of made anything that I liked, and now I'm aiming more like I'm more focused onto like making my own style and stick with it.
Yeah. Being more consistent so people know what to expect.
Yes.
In the very beginning, what was it that prompted you to create the Limbo Slice project? Like, what was the original motivation for it?
Like for my first release.
Yeah, I guess like because you've been making music since before you called yourself Limbo Slice, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you have previous projects that you were doing, or is this the first time you're like, I need a stage name, I'm going to put out music?
Oh yeah, this is my first project ever.
Okay. And so was the motivation just I need to put out music, so I need a name for it, or was there like I see a gap, I want to do something?
Oh yeah, it was pretty much like that. Like I just wanted to release music and then I needed a stage name.
How did you come upon Limbo Slice?
It's based on my legal name and I added like some letters to it, and then
Hmm.
it became Limbo.
Okay. And then
And
the slice.
yeah, yeah, that's the like more fun part, I think. I looked up Limbo on Spotify and Google and SoundCloud,
Hmm.
and then I saw like hundreds of artists named Limbo
Yeah.
and hundreds of songs, hundreds of like albums, playlists. So then I thought like, oh, I need like a last name for it.
Hmm. Something to make it stand out.
Yeah, yeah. And I was having like I was trying to figure that out for like quite some time. And one of my friend went like, how about Limbo Slice, as in Kimbo Slice, the boxer?
Yeah.
And I looked him up like, and there was like so much like stuff on the internet from that name.
Yeah.
They were mostly like quite old, so I figured like, okay, I think I can do this.
Yeah. Even if somebody has the same name, if you're like, I bet you I could overtake them in like SEO. If I
It,
just put out enough stuff, my stuff will start showing up first.
yeah, it was kind of that, but again, the name is like not exactly the same.
Hmm.
So, like for the first, I think a year when I started the project, when you type in Limbo Slice on Google, it would like autocorrect it as Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
But I don't think it does that now, so that's good.
Yeah. Progress.
Yeah, that is a progress.
Yeah. When I first started, there was like this, I don't, it was some sort of industrial solutions company in like Kansas that's called Mobiius with two eyes. And so when you Googled Mobius, it would just be like their Google Maps listing for their tiny headquarters. But yeah, not anymore, thankfully.
That's good. Pro
So what are your biggest inspirations for the music that you make? I guess this could be what got you excited in the first place, or like what's got you excited now.
I didn't have like a specific style that I chose, but like at the moment that when I was like making lots of music, I was listening to so much of Rez, Gesaffelstein, and Kill the Noise was one of them, and then IO.
Of
So
course.
like it was a mixture of like bass music, techno, and like a different kind of techno and like dubstep and mid tempo.
So that's kind of what kicked it off at the start was that blend of electronic artists.
Yes, exactly.
And has that changed over time? Like, do you find yourself getting more inspired by different artists now, or are you still, uh, you know, sticking with the same sort of thing?
I mean, yes, those artists are still in my like inspiration
Hmm.
list, but that list is getting longer and longer. So now I think the recent ad is probably Madion
Okay,
and Pendulum,
nice. Fuck yeah.
which which was like quite some time ago, but still, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Pendulum are just legends, dude. That was one of the first electronic artists I discovered on like a video game soundtrack, and I was like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah, I've been really enjoying listening to their music for quite some time. I don't know, like I don't know who to mention when someone asks me this kind of question because there are way too many of them.
Yeah, I understand completely. Are there any influences that people might not expect? You know, Britney Spears or the Wu-Tang Clan or something
Um,
like that that factor into your musical taste heavily?
I think there is. Wait, outside of electronic music, I
Hmm.
would probably say new metal.
Okay.
So I would pick Deftones, Bring Me the Horizon, and Bad Omens. Linkin Park is definitely up there, and so on. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're about the same age, right? So that makes sense. A childhood of new metal.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that I recently, well, I guess somewhat recently, you've been incorporating more and more sort of guitar sounding instruments and things into your productions. Do you think is that consciously trying to move in a more rock direction, or is that just, maybe bringing in those other influences?
As I am like making more sounds, as in like sound design, I realize that the sounds that I like, the sounds that I actually enjoy listening to, are mostly very similar to how guitar would sound. I don't play any guitar, so I just was like, okay, let's just try to recreate guitar sound, the sound that I like in a synthesizer.
Interesting. So you're mostly doing your sound design using synthesizers versus like guitar sample libraries or something like that.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Nice. Mm, so different artists, they have different reasons for making music, whether it's, talking about heartbreak or loss, or somebody like Rez who's said that she just kind of makes music with some weird abstract part of her brain and it's not really that emotional for her. Do you think that you're trying to convey any sort of message or emotions with your music, or are you just trying to make what's fun for you?
Mm, I think at the moment I'm like in between those two.
Hmm.
So like I used to make music without much thoughts and just like create whatever I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I still do today, but I was thinking, oh, maybe like if I could add something more conscious like a message to my creations, it would be like much better.
Hmm. Do you think better in terms of how you like it, or better in terms of connecting with other people?
In both ways.
Hmm.
and
I,
uh and the consistency as well.
how do you mean?
Like I always felt like whenever I make music, it's most of the times they were very different from what I've been making in the past.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to find that consistency of a style.
Yeah.
And I figured maybe if I could create consciously, it would do that.
Okay. So part of it is trying to find something more intentional about the way you're creating instead of just creating bangers, whatever
Yes.
banger seems like the most fun at the time.
I think it's more like I first create whatever banger that I like,
Hmm.
and in the arrangement part, I try to add something like more
More human.
more human and I don't know how to put this. I guess I try to make intentional decisions in the arrangement part.
Okay. Something to make it more evocative or emotional.
Yes, possibly.
Well, I'm excited. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this. Maybe I'll have to cut it out. But the collaboration track that we started together, I'm still very excited about that.
I am as well.
Yeah. Do you think like are you well, this is going to be a question at the end, but going into next year, you said that was probably going to be part of an EP.
Yes, it is going to be.
Okay. So coming out next year, probably an EP from you. Do you have anything else that you're planning on, or what people should be looking for from you?
How do I say this? It is it is definitely different from what I have been making in the past,
Okay.
but also I'm trying to like keep some of the stuff that I've been doing in the past as well and like use it on the EP. So it's gonna be different, but not too different, but
Uh,
also different.
yeah. Pushing into new ground, but like using some of the same sounds and
Yes,
elements to keep
yes,
it familiar.
yeah.
So it won't be just a K-pop EP.
I hope not.